Opalola for Mainland Focus. We'll open the phone lines and also allow you use our streaming platform as a means to communicate with us, to air your opinion, to air your views. You can either decide to address the matters that have been spoken about during trends in the papers, or you can even come up with stories that you believe have been forgotten but should still be on the airwaves. You can refer back to stories that have happened long before, or maybe even developing stories and angles that you think we need to explore. These are the many benefits that you get to enjoy on Mainland Focus, especially on the Open Mic Thursday version of Mainland Focus. Our streaming platform is available. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you find us on Facebook and on YouTube. You can call the phone lines 0913-6000410, or you can send us a WhatsApp message or a text message 0913-6000430. Fuad Said joins us now to talk to us about the stories he believes need further discuss. And right after Fuad finishes analyzing, I would open the phone lines and give you a chance as well. Fuad, good morning. Thank you very much for being on standby.
Good morning, Sage. Thank you for having me.
Sure, please go ahead.
Okay, well, I think the major story out there is still on the Port Harcourt refinery. And the fact that look, the NNPCL is telling us that whatever Petro told us yesterday, what the marketers are saying, that their product is 75 naira more than what Dangote refinery is selling, should be disregarded. That as it is, they've not fixed prices. I would have thought that an institution like that, with a lot of credibility issues, with a lot of issues hanging around them when it comes to corruption, their mode of operations, too many lies and failed promises they made to Nigerians, will understand that announcing the commencement of production of petroleum products at the Port Harcourt refinery should come with the prices they will be selling products to Nigerians. So if something as important as the price of the petroleum of what they are refining would not be available on day one, further just shows again that institution is not ready to be transparent, to operate with clarity, and to bring back confidence, in the minds of Nigerians that they are ready to play by the rules. For Nigerians, actually, there are also questions as to the quality of products coming from that facility. When it was announced, until a news outlet talked about the blending part of their operations, we didn't know that was actually the situation, especially with petroleum products, the PMS part of what that refinery is producing. So what they are now saying is that, look, what it means is that what that refinery can produce, that 60,000 barrels per day refinery can produce, is a particular product called naphtha, which they will now mix something with to get the desired results when it comes to PMS. Dangote refinery had alleged that, look, inferior products were being brought into the country. He talked about Malta, right? Where he said there's a blending plant there, where they buy this, buy that, mix it together, and then bring it into the country. And we can't forget in a hurry the bad fuel that also got imported into the country. Sage, Dangote also talked about the fact that, look, there's a blending plant just across his own facility on the Lake Yard that was demanding that he gives them their own product to blend with inferior products. So I think this blending story, we have to unblend it. We have to so that we know what we're dealing with. I've seen Nigerians who say, oh, they don't care, but we should care, because you don't want to buy products that would eventually kill your car, kill your generators. To buy a car now is not a joke. To even fix a damaged car now will take a lot of resources away from you. So while we are talking about pricing, that is still a mystery from that Port Harcourt refinery, we should also pay attention to the quality of product that is coming from that facility. That advertisement from Dangote for me is a subtle message to Nigerians that, look, if you are looking for quality PMS, come to my facility. Oh, there are people that will say, oh, he's just a competitor that is so greedy. He wants to take over the market. But I'm going to say that, look, I'm also interested in the quality of product that I'll be putting in my car. See, I'll be interested in the quality of petrol I'll be putting in my generator. I'll also be interested in the quality of diesel that Nigerians are buying from that facility. So I think the NNPCL needs to do more to reassure Nigerians that what is coming out from that facility is of the highest standard or the desired standard really that will not affect people when they put it in their cars and engines. And they also must understand that, look, the importance of running those refineries is not for products to be available alone. Nigerians are hoping that the government, through all of these efforts, will bring up products that are not just affordable, but very affordable for Nigerians who they had promised to make the price more available and affordable for them. See, so there's still a law. Like I said, I've made promises that on Sunday, I'm going to dedicate political roundtable to talking about the oil sector, this Port Harcourt refinery. I've actually been reaching out to oil experts, and so we should have a robust conversation around this particular issue. The other issue says is looking at the kinds of people we put in our police. I shared a story with you earlier in the morning.
I did read it.
I don't know if you can be gracious enough to read out that story to our listeners.
Okay.
We need serious reforms with our police. Serious reforms. If those characters in that story are the kinds of people we have in, I'm not saying all our police officers are like that, but it's scary to think that we have police officers who can be that crooked, who can be that devilish. All those people mentioned in that thing puts a lot of fear in my mind as to the state of the Nigerian police. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Fuad. I'll read that story and then I'll open the phone line. For those of you confused about the story, Fuad is referring to the Vanguard newspaper did give us a report. I'll read the headline to you and some part of the story and maybe even summarize it. Rape. Police open up on dismissal of whistleblowing inspector. Now, the Nigeria police yesterday opened up on the dismissal of one Edith Uduma, an inspector, saying she was dismissed over gross misconduct and complicity surrounding the alleged rape of a 17-year-old female suspect by one Abraham Uzobo. Now, recall that in a video that went viral on social media, a police sergeant was alleged to have raped a female suspect in the station on the 7th of October 2024. Uduma was the charge room officer on duty, and a statement by the Force Police Relations Officer, ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, said a thorough investigation into the matter conducted by Edo State Police Command uncovered that the police sergeant, identified as Sergeant Abraham Uzobo, had removed the victim from the cell and taken her to an unoccupied office where he attempted to engage in sexual acts with her. Now, during the acts, Uduma walked in and recorded the act. Instead of immediately making a documented entry on the matter in the incident report of the station, which was under her charge, and therefore reporting the incidents to the divisional police officer for disciplinary action to be initiated against the erring officer, she took advantage of the situation to enrich herself. She called her husband, Ibrahim Mohammed, who was also a police inspector, both of whom conspired to unlawfully demand the sum of 1 million naira from the sergeant to assist him in concealing the matter. For the sake of our time, I just needed to read that part. So what had happened is that a sergeant had allegedly taken a suspect that was in custody, a 17-year-old female suspect that was in custody, and attempted to rape her. Now, the officer that was in charge of guard room that particular night caught the sergeant in question and recorded the incidents. Now, instead of reporting the case to the police that this sergeant tried to rape a suspect that was in our custody, what she did was she took that video and used it to blackmail the said sergeant. She called her husband and they both had demanded the sum of 1 million naira from the sergeant if they had to conceal the video recording that they had of the sergeant attempting to rape a suspect in their custody. Now, the sergeant had offered 45,000 naira, which they took, and then they proceeded once again to demand 1 million naira. Now, the sergeant refused, and what this woman did and her husband, who are both men and women of the uniform, by the way, is that they made the video public. They posted it on social media, and now the police had investigated and suspended her, demoted her husband, and the sergeant in question that allegedly tried to rape the suspect is currently in the holding cell. So the issue here is that you caught your colleague attempting to rape a suspect, allegedly. You made a video of the act, and instead of reporting, you go on ahead and start to use the video to blackmail your colleague. And when he was unable to pay you the sum that you had demanded, you decided to post the video on social media. And following her dismissal, she then started to talk on social media that she was unlawfully dismissed, and now the police is clarifying everything that led to her dismissal, the demotion of her husband, and also the arrest of the sergeant that allegedly allegedly was going to rape the 17-year-old suspect in the first place. So you can understand why Fuad is borderline disgusted by the act and why the police need to do better with their recruitment process and also the channels through which one can report incidences like this one. Let's open the phone lines 0913-6000410, WhatsApp and text messages 0913-6000430. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. The oil sector is at the fore once again. Marketers, Dangote Refinery, NNPCL, Petroan, they are all in the mix. If the Port Harcourt Refinery truly comes on board and are able to reel out PMS, would we see healthy competition between the NNPCL and Dangote Refinery? Who would the marketers queue behind? We would see at the end of the day. Let's open the phone line. Remember, you have just 2 minutes for your submission. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
My name is Ahmed. I'm calling from Kitchen.
All right, welcome. Go ahead, please.
I want to quickly address the issue of this thing being eroded, the value of the shares that are being eroded. What they mean by that is that, the largest percentage of these shares, they are meant for the people with few number of shares that are having like 1,000, 5,000 dividends to claim. So because of the value of that amount now, those who they have decided that instead of going through RO experience or process these things, they can forego it because of the current value of the amount of that something. That is that. Concerning the issue of oil, the NNPC and Port Harcourt issues, one should imagine in a civil society, is it possible that you are a nation that is producing oil, you are importing crude oil, at the same time you are importing oil product, petroleum and diesel again? Is there any sense in that? That is the evidence to show that they don't have anything to offer us. For example, now, when the issue of this Port Harcourt refinery came to news, people started celebrating this regime. And some people calling and say that Bunmi and the Oba of Lagos also joined there. Now, they want to be selling that petroleum far above the price of a private entity in Nigeria. Where are we? Where are we going? You see, it is in the newspaper yesterday that they read it for us that those people that protested during the exercise and attacked TPC, they have been eliminated. Is that not extrajudicial killing?
The person in question has been suspended by the Lagos state government, and they've attempted to clarify it.
No, they attempted to clarify what has been blown into the air. It's an attempt to cover up. Well, I understand that. I'm aware of that. He has been suspended.
Yeah, I'm just telling you.
He has been suspended, but yes, I'm aware he has been suspended, and they are trying. What are they to do is to cover up. The news has already been blown into air. There's nothing they can do to cover it. It's extrajudicial killing.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Please don't forget, it's just 2 minutes per person. Yes, that individual spokesperson, I can't remember his title per se right now, but he's more or less within the team that speaks for the Lagos state government. He made a tweet on X claiming that individuals that were involved in the NSAS were hunted down and executed, and he was immediately suspended for making comments like that one. And clarification has been made that no such thing as extrajudicial killing had happened, and everyone was tried according to the law. Now I'm just telling you what the outcome was. Thank you very much. I just need to clarify so people don't jump on that bad wagon and make it an issue. Thank you for your understanding. 0913-6000410 is the phone line. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, I greet you. I greet you, Alhaji Fuad.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for my Christmas Meke sweet. I want you to help me call Nigeria police station. That may God bless them. But the husband of the woman supposed to be dismissed also. The policeman that was caught in trying to be in the act will also, in short, dismiss and be punished. Concerning the refinery in Port Harcourt, I don't know how come emergency that they want to obtain fuel when I class for them. I don't want any fuel that will destroy my engine or will destroy my generator. It's supposed to be quality. And I will also class for them again when they say fuel per liter 200 naira and diesel 300 naira. Concerning Yahadelu and the EFCC are doing us in Canada and the Kataba and Chile. If you watch, Eferemadu and the Big Mac no have any factory for Nigerian youth. When they do the factory, they will typically tell you that they are going to be withhunted. And they will be spying and be looting and be using Nigerian judiciary to cover themselves up. Concerning EFCC or Nigerian lawyers, if Nigerian lawyers cannot take EFCC chairman to court, and we have them and take him to court, evaded arrest 16th of April and was arrested yesterday because they do nonsense in court. In conclusion, we are not under paying me to 1,000 naira in order. No 1,000 naira meat. So for closing, my people are becoming Kwasoko. What if they say where I never carry Kwasoko to say I get to support and the mango and the coconut and cucumber? Don't get it. If you say I come to the like a person, they carry beauty. Nigerians are dying.
Thank you.
Suffocating.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate you for your insight. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning. This is Olaiwola.
Welcome.
Funny guy. You see, before I talk about the oil price, is the last 3 months or 4 months ago, there is one seminar that Oyedele, the tax reform officer to Bola Tinubu, so if the refinery recommend the reproduction, it's not mean that the refinery will be cheaper than the foreign one than the Dangote one. He make that recommendation on that thing, but people take it for granted and there's no questioning how can you see that the government refinery cannot make it cheaper to citizens? People did not question it from there until the thing starting operation before we know that NMPC is not disclosing the price. And that is the problem we have here. Because we are talking about the government here, and all of us also what we are celebrating is about the cheapest price. But the government in charge of it, and they know that it's not even the government resources they're using to sponsor it. They are talking about the commercial companies that are lending them the money to do it, and before they will pay it back. This is where the government coming now. Government cannot go extra mile. If the government go extra mile to give that lower price, it is no government that paying the subsidy. It's only determined by the international market aspect. But concerning the police officer, and we are always seeing this thing, we are establishing police stations all over, and the police, what do they call it? Police commission that is supposed to be a monitor all the officers that are supposed to be pure civil servants. Their office only located in Abuja, and their office is not even located within the state or local government. That you see all this police division, we have this allegation against them. So make that fight to the local government where the police commission office is. If you go to all our local government today, no police commission office, and it's only Abuja, and the police commission office say, how can you file a petition against them? This is when you are establishing a government institution, we are only bringing mechanism how to check them, how to discipline them, and also to write the petition against all those errand officers within the organization. Now, within the police context in Medona, they didn't submit this petition. The woman did not submit the petition to what do they call it? The police.
Thank you so very much for calling. Please, I would implore us to be very time conscious so that we don't have to abruptly end the submissions that you're making. Is 2 minutes. If you want to address multiple stories, please manage your time. You can do so 1 minute each, so you can speak on 2 stories. All right. Thank you for your understanding. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Okay, let me just pause for a bit and take Facebook messages. Benjamin Issa here says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. I said it before, and I'm saying it again, that the government of the day is insensitive to the plight of Nigerians. If not, how can the government's own refinery petrol be more expensive than private-owned refinery petrol? Fuad, please, I need an explanation on price fixing of petroleum. Why are they saying the price is controlled internationally? The crude is here and it is refined here. So why is the price not determined by us? Why is it that a few weeks before Dangote refinery started production, the price of fuel jumps to 1,000 naira and above? I see Dangote and the government playing a funny game to deceive Nigerians. Benjamin from Shogunle. Frederick Morka says, good morning, mainland crew. Today my open mic is on 2 wandering thoughts, for I have turned into a deep wanderer. First, am I still waiting on the NSA on the Tinubu gain? After that speech, my community in Ika of Delta State are still neck deep in insecurity. They hardly dress well or even dare to go to the farm. Their mainstay to livelihood for fear of being kidnapped is still happening. Secondly, NNPCL. Dangote showed us his own finished product as clear as crystal. Let the NNPCL show us their blended product. How can you put a product in the market without a price? Blending, brewing, whatever. Give us petrol. Cheap, that is all we ask. Just my wandering this morning. I don't even get headache due to the wandering. Alright, thank you very much. Bernard Ohi on Facebook says, good morning, Sage. My open mic is about the frequent foreign trip by the president. Even though his advisors are not advising him, but as a human being, why can't he pursue and listen to the public, or why can't he pause, I beg your pardon, and listen to public opinion and ask himself, what have all of these trips achieved? This will make him to spend at least 6 months without any foreign trip. And Nat on Facebook here says, good morning, Sage and Fuad. My open mic this morning has to do with the amazing level of transparency within the NNPCL. What if I tell you that those refineries are not even faulty, but has been shut down just to feed the ego of the so-called cabal by exporting the crude to their privately owned refineries outside the country? Hypothetically speaking, Owen from Lagos. Well, you would rather say allegedly, but thank you very much. Basil Chika says, tax reform bill, if scaled, would amount to enslaving ordinary Nigerians and struggling businesses, which we have experienced in Lagos up until this moment. Have you asked yourself why Lagos is the most indebted state in Nigeria, despite the humongous taxes being collected? Corruption, self-centeredness, extravagant lifestyle are the barriers which Tinubu government have taken to the federal level, and if allowed to fly down to the Nigerian economy. Today, the president is in France and his next trip is to South Africa. It has been scheduled. When he comes back, it's a pity. Chika Bende from Trade Fair Lagos. All right, thank you very much. I'm going back to the phones now, 0913-6000410. To open mic Thursday. Please be very mindful. Use your time judiciously so we can take as many calls as possible. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Faith.
Yes, good morning.
Mr. James from Bade Junction.
Nice to have you.
See, I'm very worried because all these things keep happening and nobody is challenging it. Look at the cost of fuel from 600 to 1,000 and Nigeria move on. See, look at how much labor is being paid and Nigeria move on. Look at electricity tariff and all other things, Nigeria move on. Look at the shambles in National Assembly and Nigeria move on. Now, I could remember 2012. There are these personalities that we so much respect. I can still remember Pastor Tunde Bakare, Professor Wolotu, and so many of them. They spoke out against Jonathan government then. Only fuel subsidy was removed. We don't have all these huge challenges in a security. We don't have all that many challenges we are having today. So they came out in protest. They mobilized we Nigerians and we followed them because we want Nigeria to be better. But why are they no longer speaking? Why are they no longer organizing protest? Now they say we should hold our governors accountable and changes begin with us. But during Jonathan, they say it's only Jonathan that is corrupt. We don't need to hold our governors accountable. We don't need to change from our own end. So what is happening? Why are we not serious to change this narrative and make our country to work for the betterment of our future generation as well? We are
Hello.
In Nigeria here, we produce fuel here in Nigeria, and yet the cost high. The fuel is here, the refinery is here. Why are we now judging it with international price? International price, does it supposed to have anything to do with, like you pluck fruit in your farm? You eat it without minding the cost. You can only consider price say when it comes to how much we sell it outside. Why are we like this? Why are we suffering the Nigerian citizens? Some people will tell me, do you know how much international market price is for oil? What has that got to do with Nigeria? We are producing it locally here. It's owned by us. We are not importing the crude. May God help us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your message. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Morning, Sage. I'm sorry I've been trying. You are discussing this issue of stock. I don't want to discuss today, but when I just told on that, and you and Fuad were trying to educate us, I felt, why don't you just use your space there to bring a stockbroker down here Because the way you are defending your stockbroker, I was impressed. Mine was funny. That was why I just stepped away. There are so many stock here, so many stocks that I bought for about 15, 20 years ago that since the post office stopped working, no information, nothing. Can you just do that favor and bring somebody that knows a bit about this and educate us? Or probably you send this your person to me. This is my number. Just text me his number. Probably I can trust your own person because mine was funny and I don't want to make case about it. I'm serious, please. Just for 20 minutes. I can pay. Let us educate our people.
It's
so many people have paid for stocks. I'm talking of good money, my dear sister. Good money.
Yeah,
15, 20 years ago until then, nothing is working. Probably because we don't have information, or probably we are not educated about stock. Probably can bring somebody for just 30 minutes. I mean, you have what can work that out before this one that you are advertising that will close on the 10th of next month. Expire.
Not to worry.
Probably you can still have education and do something. Please do that, my dear.
Yes,
we appreciate that.
Okay, we have a program that happens on Mondays, right? Mainland Business Cafe. You can join that particular program, 11:15 to 12. Rioja is usually here on Mainland Business Cafe. We have conversations around the financial market, stock, foreign exchange fluctuations, amongst other things. So hopefully we pass this message on to him to bring a stockbroker or somebody skilled in that aspect that would educate us even further. So on Monday, 11:15 to 12, Rioja would be here, and hopefully he's able to get someone to further analyze the situation. All right, just listen. Hello.
Babalola, good morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Peter Monse from Shomolu.
All right, welcome.
No landing cost because all the choruses were, because of landing cost. That is why we went up. Now, Dangote is here, no landing cost. NNPC do their blending and no landing cost. You know, yesterday, when I refer to the criminal activity and the fraudulent activity that Minister for Aviation did with the Ethiopian Airlines, and then we look at the pyramid of rice pyramid that Buhari displayed, and after that we didn't see it again. And then at the end of the day, Nigerian Petroleum Company, we are doing well. I said this blending. Why is even though we blending and we cannot get it at the cheaper rate that every other person has said? Is this not crookedness? Is this not wickedness on the Nigerian people? Like what about the just said that we have all it takes to be a great nation and take care of ourselves? Why are these rulers using our resources to imprison us, to impoverish us, and to suffocate us? And they use it for themselves alone? Why can't they use Nigerian resources to take care of Nigerians? There are a lot of people are hungry. You cannot get medical care in the hospitals. The children are being dropped from school. All these things we are talking, they are not hearing. Come to the street and see what is happening. Some children were playing ball during the school time yesterday. I have to go to them and say, why are you doing? Do you know almost all of them said, I cannot go to school because there is no money. I am not eating. This one was telling me, Uncle P, can you give us food? What is happening in Nigeria? Why are Nigerians suffering? And finally, my sister, I want to bring in this. Some people are saying, someone that released Namikanu. Why? Namikanu issue should not come to play any longer because Namikanu is suffering from political oppression. He's suffering from political hatred. He's a prisoner of conscience. Let's leave it out. No court has ever sentenced Namikanu or declared him guilty. It is only the government that they tell the government, why did you go and do Operation Titan Dance and see people there? Why did you abduct him in Kenya? Pay to amount. The government did not pay. Our government don't obey court. Sister, I don't know where we are. I'm going to bury it. God is well. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Hello.
Morning to you, my dear. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning.
God bless you. You're doing well. Interesting to you.
Your connection is really bad.
My Binani from Yaba. Are you hearing me now?
Okay, let's work with this. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it's Binani from Yaba. You see, we are into it, and I knew it. On Sunday, I started mentioning it that let somebody go to court to challenge the mystery surrounding our four refineries. And on Tuesday, they came with narratives, conspiracy theory, addressing the press, and mobilizing the tanker to 50,000 barrel capacity Port Harcourt refinery, without lifting a pint that they are producing. What products Now, yesterday they called they said there is a petroleum outlet organization now, or whatever. And they say it's 75 naira higher than that of Dangote. Can you see the conspiracy theory? They need to go and tell to the marine. We are not in the jungle. We cannot trust these people any longer. The trust deficit remains there. And the people should go to court. They should let us know the mystery surrounding our 4 refineries. Because Mr. President is the Minister of Petroleum. Then coming to this tax issue, and 4 bills are in the National Assembly. And some of them, they are questionable. We have a better problem that we have been facing. And then they said they want to come with conspiracy that they want to change tax system to one digit tax system. It's 15% and 10% of VAT. Why one digit? I'm an engineer. I did all the calculus and all the integration and the differentiation. I cannot fathom how 10% and 15% can become one digit. It's all lies. Because you come out transparently with accountability and equity. That is what we are pleading. I know God will intervene in Nigeria's situation before May 29, 2025. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Hello.
A very good morning to you. It is Babalola CH.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you today?
Well, thank you.
My name is Prince Wire. Telling you from Amuodo.
Welcome.
Yes. I think the NFTC, the refinery in Port Harcourt, from here to say belongs to Nigeria. It's not pricing things, refinery. And as it is now, the price of fuel from NFTC must come down. The price must be coming down. There has to be a competition between the NFTC and Dangote. Let's talk of maybe quality or this or that. If this can just enter the vehicle and into that vehicle is not damaged, working. What we need now is for the price to come down, and that is it. So we are telling NNFC to announce their own price, and the price must be cheaper than the one of Dangote. That for the for Lagos State, I want to appeal to the Lagos government. I was at two studios sometime last week. I went to this terminal 1, terminal 2, terminal 3 at this. But you go inside that terminal, so it looks so beautiful. But the house surrounding is just not okay at all. It's not motorable. The light is not light on tonight. And the management of that place, I want the environmental community to fill that place. It's smelly. Even though that toilet is not working when I got here. What I'm talking about. So anybody that manage any organization in this country, if they don't try to perform, they will put them out. Just like in this one just to now. If they are not ready to supply Nigerian supply, they should take it away from them. Anywhere you put on, you find yourself, you start yourself lucky, be employed, and you must work for the country. You must be a productive Nigeria, not those who ready to destroy the country.
All right, thank you very much for calling. Let me do WhatsApp. Good morning, Sage and Fuad. My open mic this morning has to do with the amazing level of transparency. You sent this on Facebook already. Always crying as to our selfish leaders in the country. How can Dangote be importing crude oil and our marketers are importing fuel? On Yahaya Bello, the insecticide and perfume approach is in place. It's just a mode of distraction. Nigeria's situation is compared to an Android phone with a broken calibrator. We're watching Ifeanyi from Ashishi. All right. Good morning, Sage. From all indications, the oil marketers are not keen about the local production of petroleum products, either from Dangote or government refineries. They are all part of the mafia and cabals who are so interested to import products from foreign countries for their own selfish interest and profit racketeering. The government should put its machinery on ground and deal ruthlessly with these people who believe in corruption and sabotage in the country. Nigerians are so concerned about the availability of fuel and at a friendly prices, and not about the intrigues of the marketers. Noah from Igondo there with a message. Also here we have, please let's quote NNPCL some slack. The Port Harcourt refinery is a 60,000 barrel per day refinery which is currently producing at 70% capacity. Do you expect the relatively small capacity to compete with Dangote refinery and sharply reduce price? We have to be cautiously optimistic until all our refineries and modular refineries come on stream. Then we can start talking about competing with Dangote's pricing. NNPC, as a matter of urgency, must increase crude oil production to boost our refining capacity. Then again, let's clear the erroneous narrative about blending. NNPC is a refinery, not a depot, and it is refinery crude. Blending is a process of refining to achieve a specific specification. It's a standard process in refining. People should stop mistaking blending with adulteration. FM from Ogun State. All right, thank you very much, Mr. FM. I salute you gallantly, Lady Sage. How's your morale for this beautiful morning? God bless you. God bless you as well. Hello, Christopher. My take is on the police story. A lot of things happen, and what happened is not acceptable. However, as long as the police is totally neglected in Nigeria, Nigerians cannot attract the right caliber of personnel. Look at the condition of police service, the bad situation of retirees. As it were, the selling of police barracks and other police facilities are ongoing, and Nigerians are as docile as they are, keeping quiet. Let us stop using and dumping the Nigeria police force personnel. Have a nice day. Please, I really would have wished that today wasn't the day you sent this perspective about the police. It's good. It's a good opinion. It's a good thing, right? The welfare for police officers, but I just really wished that today wasn't the day that you chose to do that, especially when we're talking about something as sensitive as sexual assault and allegations of trying to cover up the assault by collecting bribe allegedly from the assailant. I just wish that today was not the day that you decided to talk about the lack of welfare for police officers when we're talking about allegations of police personnel being complicit in the sexual assault of a 17-year-old suspect in police holding. I just wish today wasn't the day you chose to do this, but thank you very much, is your opinion. We have good morning, Sage. Nothing is impossible under APC. They are full of propaganda. What is so special about the fuel price? Their family can continue to support them and believe in their lies and propagandas. We're all in this country together. And we went as far as painting another country's airline and bringing it as a new acquired airline before we were exposed due to the country that they forgot to clean. Here they are celebrating overnight an arrangement refinery. They came up with the arrangement overnight so that they can add it to their achievements since they have failed woefully in other aspects. They don't know what to do because they're clueless. I know you won't read this, but I'll send it to you. You won't be surprised that it was the fuel they imported or the one they bought from Dangote they are selling that they told you the refinery is working. Ola from Alagwado, why would you think I won't read your message if you yourself don't think that the message you're sending is wrong? Please. We have another one here. Good morning, Mainland FM. Please, there's no single street light from Oshodi to Abule Egba on Abeokuta Expressway. Police at Ile-Epo and Abule Egba should organize themselves well and stop sending civilians to collect bike from bike people. Please, the fuel price should calm down. Isioma from Abule Egba. Thank you very much. I'll read one more. I'll go back to the phone. All right. Good morning, radio. Yes, they might have shown us evidence that petrol is coming out of the Port Harcourt refinery, but I doubt if the story around it is genuine. What if nothing happened to that refinery? What if they did not do any upgrade or turnaround and it was just a minor process and they're telling us it is blending? Was that refinery designed for blending? I cannot believe this government. The refinery is working and that's an achievement. Is it not supposed to be a normal thing to be done? What would have been an achievement is the price coming down positively so it can affect the citizens. I'm not really moved with this government. I'm sure this one is just to deceive us after they have told us not to worry, and we should praise them. They are making this to cover up all the corruption and wasteful spending. I know one day God is still on the throne and he would expose them. Andrew from Yaba there with a message. 0913600410. It's Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. Thursday, open mic Thursday. You can talk about any and every story as long as it is within the ambits of the rules and regulations that guide public conversation. Then by all means, take advantage of the 2 minutes that have been afforded to you to talk to us. You can address multiple stories if you're able to manage the time that you have. You can send a message on Facebook and on YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, and I would read your messages. I would implore you to please, brevity is very, very necessary, so I can read your message as fast and as promptly as possible. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Fish.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, this is Samuel calling from Kenya.
Welcome.
Madam Fish.
Yes.
Where are the praise singers? The praise singers that always sing praises to the government. I think they used to tell us that the Lagos is working. Why are we now complaining that things are not working? I don't know whether you are familiar with a place called Ogba.
Yeah.
You know Area F in Ogba. You know how that road used to be from Excellent Hotels down to Caterpillar. For the past close to 2 years now that place is bad. It's not even motorable. And the same people, the praise singer will come out and be telling us that things are working. Let us continue. Let us continue praising the government. They are doing well. And you see, for the refinery that we are talking about, I will never be part of those who will be celebrating this, whether the refinery is working or it's not working. Because the thing that we need to talk about today is about the price. How much are we buying the PMS? How are the citizens fared when it comes to transportation, going to work? Do you know that today in Nigeria, many workers are sleeping in their various offices? They can't go home. And we are talking that the refinery is working. How much are they, people are paying? How much are they paying for the PMS? That's the critical question that we need to ask. And until they address that issue, if they do not address it, nothing is going to work. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Serge.
Good morning.
Can you hear me, Serge? What is the capacity of this oil refinery that is just before me?
Please introduce yourself, sir, please.
My name is Malam Salau, Serge.
Right.
My name is Malam Salau.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Please, can I have the idea of capacity of this old refinery that is just before me? I think it's about 100,000.
60,000.
Hello?
60.
60,000.
Yeah.
Liters, Avi? Is it liters?
You're asking for the capacity, 60,000 barrels.
Okay, barrel. Okay, fine. Okay, I thought you said liters. See, we see, I've told you long ago that we are not oil producing country. This oil is being personalized for some certain individuals. And they are far ahead of us. There is nothing we can do. So if today, if NNPC tell us that they are selling their fuel at 1,045 naira, yes, this is what they feel. It's their own product. You understand? Because this is the only country that people will sell a public company. We don't know who are the shareholders. We don't know the value of shares in this thing. We don't know even this thing. The people that are running the company. We just hear that it's a private company and a national asset, for God's sake. And Nigerians are watching. Instead of us to say we are busy fighting on ourselves on the sentiment, tribal sentiment, religion sentiment, political sentiment, and what have you. Honestly, we have Intel. There is we can't go anywhere. This is for that, for the petroleum, for the tax, whatever. Honestly speaking, you see, I'm not envy, for this Lagos state on whatever that Tinubu want to develop his region, whatever. I don't care. If the northern part of Nigeria is very serious, we can generate more revenue, more than even the south here, more than even Lagos. Yes, you can imagine, say, in every bag of beans, bag of potato, whatever you call it for, you are paying per certain percentage, as a tax. We don't need to cry.
Thank you so
we
much.
don't need to cry.
Thank you so very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Ajibola calling from Nicola.
All right.
I want to really talk on something this morning. We remember the last time Meke told us that even if before refinery starts working, it will not reduce the price. I said the same statement on the radio that day that, okay, this is a clear indication for us that we are here for a bigger problem. And people said that, okay, let this work first. Now the refinery is working now. And the statement is coming to pass. And they have already told us. So they told us and they want to see what we can do. And they know that we can't do anything. That's why they are pushing everything to us. And I've told us until we rise up on our feet and demand for pure accountability from these people, they will not take us serious for once. This is what brought APC in power. They challenged PDP on accountability and probity. And they use the narrative to take power. And yes, they don't want anybody to challenge them for this same thing. This is barbaric. And that is what we are saying. Nothing is transparent. There is no way you can tell me that, okay, they said a statement and the statement is being fulfilled. And don't tell me that it's a calculated move. No, this is a calculated move. They know what they are doing when they increase the price from 600 to 1,000, from 1,000 to some price. And they know what they are doing. That is why they kept the price of Dangote very, very secretive then. Because they know the calculation they want to make. And that is why we find ourselves in this position. So even if all the four refinery work, we still be buying fuel above 900 naira. That is what they mean. And that is what we are saying, that we can't go back to 200 naira. Anybody that is still thinking that, we should go and rethink again. All this Amaduwale is a reverse statement. I believe that this nation will work one day. One day, this nation will work.
Thank you.
God bless this nation.
Bless you too. Thank you for your optimism. I mean, I missed it all. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you turn down the volume on your radio, sir, please?
Okay, I have done that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, good morning, Zelia FM.
Good morning.
Madam. Yeah. Well, my take today is
Tell us
about
your name,
this,
sir, so we and also
okay.
we need to.
My
hear
name is Big Ben. Big Ben. Yes. Well, what I want to say is that we Nigerians are too weak that we allow these governments to use us. They are talking about Port Harcourt refinery is working. It is not working. Before Tinubu travel, he has given Dangote a order to give each man about 60,000 million liter of crude to supply.
Hold on, you said 60,000 million. What's that?
Around that is
What?
60 million liters of crude.
What are you talking about, first of all? So I can put.
I'm talking about before Tinubu travel. He told Dangote that he should stop. Supplying those independent market.
When did the president say that? I don't know what you're talking about. First, you say 60,000 million. I don't know what that is, and then you say the president. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't recall any news piece that says the president gave a directive that Dangote should stop supplying to private. There was no news piece like that. I don't know what your source is. So maybe take some time to put your thoughts together and call back if you can. But I don't understand you, and please let's not go down that path. All right, thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, Sig.
Good morning, sir.
Say you did the Marco Babi. Please, there is something. You know, yesterday I rejoiced with Nigerians about this refinery issue that has come on stream. And I will still say it. Whenever the president come out with policies that is anti-people, we condemn it. But when he's doing something right, let us encourage him. Honestly, for so many years, the four refinery has been in comatose. And this one came on board now, to resuscitate one. Like one said there that, okay, at least one the baby seems to be opening his eyes, carry his arm and his leg. Let us give the baby a chance to walk, so that at the end of the day, we all be good for it. And that is number one. Two, the president himself should make sure that this new refinery, the price of fuel from there is below that of Dangote. far below that of Dangote, so that the purpose of opening this refinery will not be defeated. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. Let's do Facebook messages. Darlington says, good morning, Lady Sage and Oga Fuad. My open mic is on the Voodoo refinery that hasn't even stayed up to 3 days and story has started to enter. I'm just laughing. The second is on Yahaya Bello. Next thing you will hear is that they've given him bail of 5 million and the case will just die down. Third, one policeman is running on the street his fellow police officer. No be juju be that. Very funny country. All right, Darlington from Okoko Michael there with a message. And I'll tell you, Timmy Talk where Michael says, hello, Mainland FM. I would like to use this medium to humbly call the attention of the site engineer for Lagos State Government supervising the ongoing construction of Ijagemo-Ijegun Road project in Alimosho local government area to an electric concrete pole that is about to be mounted in front of a building along Ijagemo Road by Ogolua bus stop. The pole is too close to the entrance meant for car park. I want to appeal that the electric concrete pole should be repositioned so as to allow for free movement of vehicle into the compound. We really appreciate the effort of the governor and his deputy on the ongoing road project. Finally, on behalf of the Ijagemo community, we would like to humbly appeal to the management of Ikeja Electricity Distribution, IKDC, Ijegun Business Unit Ikotu, that due to the ongoing Ijagemo Road construction project, it is advisable that the old concrete poles removed from where it was initially mounted should be used to replace the old wooden poles that are about to fall, rather than returning those poles back to the office. We would be happy if our request is given utmost consideration and approval. God bless Nigeria. Dimtayo Notayo from Ijagemo community there with a community report. All right, thank you. We have Akintude Omogbolanho still on Facebook says, good morning, Sage. Nothing is impossible under the APC. They're just full of propaganda. I read this on WhatsApp already. You sent it on WhatsApp. Thank you. Clement Oshiokame says, suspended Dana Airline has refused to make refunds to their airline passengers since April when they were suspended, and up until now they are unreachable. All right, Christopher F. Young says, hello, Mainland FM, Port Harcourt refinery. This very refinery, if I thought is truly functional, don't be surprised the same NNPCL was still... I don't know. I'll just assume you mean NNPCL will continue to frustrate the refinery. They will come and tell us that there's no crude oil to use, so on and so forth. Yahaya Bello, this is a good news for the people of Kogi State because they would recover their money back to Kogi people, let the EFCC and the court take away any form of negotiation and let it be a direct case, so that if he's found guilty, he would be prosecuted to serve as a deterrent to others. God bless Nigeria. All right, God bless you too. Thank you. We have a message here. Alao Jide says, good morning. We will continue to be in an impoverished situation in this country until our leaders change their corrupt mindset. Adebayo Samson Adewumi says, good morning, Sage. When I hear people praising the government because of the Port Harcourt refinery, it makes me feel uncomfortable. Please, whose responsibility is it to provide and make the refinery work? After all, they're using our taxes to maintain it. Let's stop praising any government that provides what the Constitution empowers them to do for the masses, all right? Taiwo Ajie says, well done. You too much, Mr. Fuad. All right, thank you very much. We appreciate you. I'll take WhatsApp messages right now. Good morning, radio. Yes, they might have shown us evidence that petrol is coming out of the PH refinery, but you sent this before. I read it. Good morning, Mainland FM. I'm Bolaji from Ijoko. My open mic first. Donyo Kukwe's submission on the state of the nation is really insulting. Secondly, policies to help Nigeria and Nigerians are obviously domiciled in Aso Rock and with the president. Thirdly, borrowing is not a problem, but must we borrow to loot? As we have it now, all the sectors of government are corrupt. Donyo Kukwe, ACF and faction of Afenifere are defending Mr. President's anti-policies while their people are suffering. We have 45 other natural resources which are not harnessed by the government, and these natural resources are being taken away by foreigners with the help of our leaders. Dakwabiodun should please fix Ijoko Agbado Road immediately. All right, thank you very much. Good morning. My open mic is on the Port Harcourt refinery. If the price of petrol from the PH refinery is not cheaper than the imported one, then it's a waste of our time and our resources to even have the refinery. Also, I would like to ask, how many times have the French President Macron visited Nigeria since the government took power? Why is it that our president seems to be under pressure to visit France, either for private or official reasons? What is so special about France that he cannot do without? Our political leaders should think deep and inwards and solve our problems inwards. Doesn't France have their own problems, and why is their president frequently not coming to Nigeria to look for solution? Emeka Moses from Lagos there. Another one here says, hello mainland FM, it's ironic that we have supporters coming on air, irrespective of the fact that we're suffering and the economy is bad, and also with the bad economic policies of this government. Let me tell you a short story. When I was in school, a light bulb got damaged in a hostel, and a 500 level student who studied electrical engineering could not change it. It was I, who did not even study any science related course, that came and changed the bulb. As an economics, we are very good at using models to give bamboozled perspective to the populace instead of using the reality on ground to define the economy and make policies to rebuild the failing economy. There's a difference between model and reality in economics, and this is why I gave the story earlier. All we do is quote books, and when it comes to reality, we cannot even solve the problems. On the issue of the refinery working, I hope it will not be like Ethiopian Air Saga coming to play again. Precedent as a foundation has created monsters that would always hunt us as a people. Sean there with a message on WhatsApp. We have Good Morning Mainland FM crew. President Tinubu is off to France again for a visit. I want for her to tell me the benefits so far of all the foreign trips that has been embarked by the government or the previous administration of Nigeria. Elder Agbata from Alimosho. Good morning, Alaji Fuad and Babalola. Nigerians yearn for the price of PMS to be drastically reduced. Let the president revamp all the abandoned refineries, making fuel affordable. That is when the effort will be meaningful to us. Kudos to Nigerians. Kudos to the Nigerian police for taking a decision. All right, Andrew from Ayobo, thank you very much. Nothing is going to work in this country until we break up. At your big age. We have here, what is the cost of producing a liter of crude that people are expecting fuel to be sold at 300 or 400? Let people be realistic for once. Miss Sage, thank you for cutting off the caller who was making up imaginary fabrications. Many people are just sitting in their corners fabricating all kinds of lies and false narrative. Thank you very much, FM, for your insight. I'm trying to see if I can read the backlog of messages that came in earlier. Okay. We have one here. Hello Mainland FM, to God be the glory. At last, the long-awaited Port Harcourt refinery begins operations, even though we're yet to hear from any marketer that has parked their truck in front of the refinery and have actually come out to confirm the loading of this product. My question is to the NNPCL. Are they getting crude for free? When are we going to stop importing refined petroleum products into the country? And lastly, when will the promise made by the president that Amagbiwale, meaning the price will come down, when would it become reality? As an oil-producing country, I don't see why the citizens should not benefit from the free gift of nature. It is time for the government and the NNPCL to be more transparent and accountable to the people, because they are there to serve the people. Finally, there is no iota of truth in the statistics released by the Bureau of Statistics that unemployment has dropped. If it is true, the issue of Japa will not have increased beyond imagination, and several companies, both local and multinational, will not be fleeing to neighboring countries to continue to run their businesses. The government should just for once wake up to reality and shun this propaganda. God bless Nigeria. Timitayo Onotoye on Facebook. And finally, before we leave, Alawojide. Okay. You sent this before. I read the message. I read the message already. Thank you very much for your messages. It's time for us to leave the studio. It's been great conversing with you. And every time you call into the station, you sort of open our eyes to the issues. And of course, you portray that you really understand what's happening in the country. And for those of you who sometimes even call in for clarity, it's good that you're calling to get proper understanding on things so that you're able to form your own perspective properly with all the facts available to you. I'm Sage Babalola. This is it for the Open Mic Thursday on Mainland FM for today. We're going to go on a commercial break, and when we come back, it will be time for Creative Nigeria. Every Thursday, we try to spend some time talking about our country in all of its beauty and all of its potential and all the wonderful things that we could be as a nation. I mean, you can tell from the title Creative Nigeria, either human capital, our natural resources, harnessing, tourism, amongst other things. So you should listen to Creative Nigeria if you're somebody that's trying to get an understanding on all of the beautiful things that we can be if we begin to harness our multiple or the plethora of resources that has been made available to us as a nation. It's Mainland 98.3 FM. Don't go anywhere. The Morning Express continues.